This animal should not exist. A creature that punches, kicks, carries a baby in its stomach pouch, and can leap farther than most cars or long sounds like something invented for a movie. But kangaroos are real. And the strangest part? Their babies are born before they're even fully formed. A baby kangaroo called a joey enters the world so tiny it can fit inside a spoon. Blind, hairless, and barely alive, it doesn't get carried by its mother. It climbs. Somehow, using only instinct, the newborn crawls through its mother's fur and drags itself into the pouch. Miss that climb, and it doesn't survive. But the pouch is more than a pocket. It's a living nursery. So the joey drinks milk and continues growing for months, protected from a world filled with danger. And scientists discovered something almost unbelievable. A kangaroo mother can produce different kinds of milk at the same time. One milk for an older joey, another for a younger one, as if her body is running two feeding systems at once. And kangaroos keep getting stranger. They don't walk forward like most animals. At slow speeds, they move awkwardly, almost clumsily. But when they decide to jump, everything changes. Their massive back legs act like springs. Instead of wasting energy, kangaroos recycle it inside their tendons, which means the farther they hop, the less energy they may need to keep moving. Some can leap over 9 meters in a single jump. Imagine seeing something that large flying through the air toward you. And those legs are not just for travel. They are weapons. Male kangaroos fight like heavyweight boxers. They stand tall, grab each other with their arms, and then unleash brutal kicks powerful enough to knock rivals off balance or send them crashing backward. That's why people call it boxing. But this is not a sport, it's survival. And when danger appears, kangaroos have another terrifying trick. If chased by predators, some kangaroos head toward water. At first, this seems strange, until the predator follows. Then the kangaroo turns. Standing chest deep, it may use its powerful arms to hold the attacker underwater. The hunted suddenly becomes the hunter. But maybe the most emotional thing about kangaroos isn't their strength, it's their bond. A joey may stay connected to its mother for many months, peeking out of the pouch, slowly learning about the world before taking its first real steps alone. For that young kangaroo, the pouch is safety, warmth, home. And maybe that's why kangaroos feel so impossible. They fight like boxers, move like living springs, raise babies in built-in nurseries, and survive in some of the harshest places on Earth. Not monsters, not myths, just one of nature's strangest masterpieces, hiding in plain sight. They were never the villains, but if you heard this sound outside your tent at night, you might think otherwise. Wolves have terrified humans for thousands of years. Stories turned them into monsters, shadows with teeth, creatures waiting in the dark. But the truth is far stranger and somehow more powerful. A wolf's howl is not just noise. It can travel nearly 10 miles through open land, and most of the time, that howl is not a threat. It's a message. A wolf might be calling its family, because wolves are obsessed with one thing humans understand better than anyone else: belonging. A wolf pack is not random chaos led by some angry king fighting for power. That old idea of the alpha wolf became famous, but it was mostly misunderstood. Real packs are usually families, parents raising pups, older siblings helping younger ones survive, a wild household hidden inside the forest, and that changes everything. Because wolves don't survive through strength alone. They survive through teamwork so precise it almost feels planned. When hunting, wolves can communicate with tiny body movements, a flick of the tail, the angle of the ears, a shift in speed, almost like silent language moving through snow and trees. And they need that language because their prey can be enormous. Some wolf packs hunt animals weighing hundreds of kilograms, elk, deer, even massive prey that could seriously injure or kill them if one mistake is made. So they don't rush blindly. They watch, they test, they wait. Patience is their weapon. And sometimes wolves lose. That's the part people forget. A failed hunt means exhaustion, hunger, days without food. Survival in the wild is not a movie where the predator always wins. For wolves, every chase is a gamble. But what scientists discovered next surprised people even more. Wolves have been seen caring for injured pack members, sharing food with the weak, staying with old wolves that can no longer hunt well, not because they have to, but because survival together works better than survival alone. And then there are the pups. Wolf pups are born blind and helpless, tiny creatures that could never survive alone. The entire pack protects them, babysits them, feeds them, guards them. For animals feared as ruthless killers, that tenderness feels almost impossible. But wolves carry another secret. They help shape entire ecosystems. When wolves disappear, nature can begin to unravel. In places where they returned after years of absence, prey animals changed their behavior. Forests started recovering. Young trees grew again. Birds and other animals returned. One predator, changing an entire landscape. And maybe that's why wolves still fascinate us. Not because they are monsters, not because they are perfect, but because somewhere between fear and respect, we recognize something familiar, a creature built for survival that still depends on family, loyalty, and connection. So the next time you hear a wolf howl in a movie and it sounds like pure danger, remember this: you might not be hearing a warning. You might be hearing someone trying to find home,